And welcome back to the qualifiers for the Paladins Pro Circuit. My name is Finch. We are still in the middle of a really good set right now between District 69 as well as FlashpointGG. Now, if the very first map on Splitstone's Quarry was a close back-and-forth match, then just now on Bright Marsh was anything but. District 69 kind of run over them on the second map. To help me break down exactly how that happened, I've got Kresnik right here with me. Kresnik, man, what was the big difference maker here for you between maps 1 and 2? Because this time, it looked like Flashpoint could not buy nearly as much time as they did back on the first map.
To me, both comps had a purpose, right? I mean, Flashpoint's comp was supposed to dive something, and the other comp, the comp on District 69's side, just wanted to be aggressive, but still play safe, protect their backline, and there was really no one for Flashpoint to dive at all. You can try to go on Alex in the backline on the Cassie, but Bonker's always going to be there to protect with the stun grip, basically going to guarantee a kill every single time. You're not diving an Eevee, you're not diving a ROM. There is really no way that Flashpoint could follow up on almost any kill.
You're exactly right. What District 69 sort of did in that map is they shook up the way that your compositionally normally exists on the map, right? If so much of their team is diving, then there's not nearly as much for you to dive past and sort of get back to and do damage to the backline. That's left Skeppy on this Koga, sort of left out on an island as well, and they weren't quite sure who to try and focus on in this last match. Talk to me a bit, though, about this ROM. We're going to be looking at some of these replays here and some of what he was able to do with this match. What did you see here from this ROM?
A great example, I think, of an uncountered ROM. I mean, look at the ROM last game to this game. They both avoided dying, but Cruncy kind of dominated the pace. A big part of this, too, is when you look at his Xin on the other side, you're thinking, oh, the tanks are just going to get executed. They're just going to get melted. But both tanks on the side of District 69 live through Guillotine. Not only does Khan shout it, but Rom's soul armor kind of... The calculation for Guillotine, based on your maximum health, doesn't take that soul armor into account, so he's able to just tank straight through. So uncountered by the things that are supposed to hard counter him, and kind of soft countering one of the first picks on the other side.
And I'm seeing a lot of problems here in this match, too. I got to agree with you with everything you just said there, Kresnik. But I got to wonder how much these picks and bans are kind of factoring in as well, right? Fisheko's gotten to play this Eevee twice. Like you mentioned, what can you do to strip that away? Maybe not a whole lot, but clearly getting comfortable on this pick. Just now, we saw District 69 do a really good job of countering their strategy on the side of Flashpoint with this ROM pick. They brought it in, didn't have to worry about the Genos they had on their side, at the Barrack on their side as well, or that they were able to take over very well with that ROM pick, too. I don't know, man. I think Flashpoint are just really struggling in these first two games to get a composition that can beat District 69.
I want to see them get a little bit more flexible, but I feel like they're kind of locked into hit scan, at least on their secondary DPS. They don't really want to pull out, I'm assuming, a Cassie or a Shaolin with their direct damage on a controller. That aim assist is going to be a huge boon to your team, and you're not going to have it if you have Cassie or Sha. You have to be picking these Victors, Vivians, and if you're ending up on a map where they're not going to be favored, it's going to be tougher in draft.
Things are only going to get harder for Flashpoint from here. Not only do they have to win here to keep this set going, but they got to keep going right on through. And I talked about it. Can you do anything about this Eevee? You have to ban it, but that is a concession in and of itself, right? That you have to spin this ban on this Eevee.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the map, she can really be super controlling. And Fisheko, though, can play it on any map. I mean, we've seen Fisheko pull out characters that we wouldn't expect in weird places. We've seen Drogo's on Frozen Guard, one of the most open maps ever. He just hovered above them. Even with hit scans on the other side, they couldn't properly counter. Torvald response from D69, I think, is pretty common right now. We talked about this, I think, a lot last season, but you can either ban someone that pockets characters, or you can ban the pockets themselves. There's just too many pockets. You get rid of Torvald, you get rid of the enabler. Same thing on the other side. Genos is a huge enabler for some of these flankers, so get rid of both of them, and it closes off way more options than banning just one pocket you don't like playing against.
Ironically, I think this adjustment has kind of slightly worked out for Flashpoint, and that they get the Fury this time, right? Who's been stripped away both games by District 69. The only problem with that is you do have to give the Bomb King back up going in the other direction, right?
I was about to say, BK's in is spooky this patch for sure. It's very tough. BK, I think, one of the highest win rates in casual and ranked gameplay right now in general, so super dominant there in that, and especially on Stone Keep. He's able to control the upper area when you're pushing last. He's able to control the upper area on the mid-fight. Just so much control from this Bomb King.
Well, talk to me a little bit about these tanks as well as Flashpoint grabbed the Inara and the Khan. Because up until now, Flashpoint has been very committed to doing that point tank as well as the one-off tank, as opposed to D69, who's been diving everywhere. Right? Is this working for Flashpoint? Do you want to see an adjustment in that department, maybe?
I think they settled more on a more defensive playstyle, and that could deal with the dive comp if they peel for each other well enough. And Khan is kind of the peel king right now. Vortex Grip so good at keeping people off of your backline, because if you go in, you're stunned for 2 seconds, and there's no other way to say anything
Stay
about
close
it.
and follow my
Double
lead.
DPS, the double backline hit scan. I said that they might be more limited in draft, and I mean, this seems limited, but these are both very good characters, I think, in this meta right now.
I think so too, man, and it clearly shows you what the strategy is from Flashpoint, right? With the Victor and the Vivian
Hold
kind of
back,
paired together. Yeah,
bait them in, and just spam them down so they're too weak when they get in.
That's going to be the idea, is try and make it harder for District 69 when they make that push past. They're now going to add the Ashe and the Barrack here. So again, aggressive in terms of that frontline draft here from District 69. This could very well be the end of the set, or can Flashpoint keep things going? Let's find out in game number 3.
Thank you very much, Finch and Flashpoint Gourmizer. I think they've got themselves a nice, well-rounded draft. I think D69, they have a very, again, still aggressive. I think some champions that are very good in the current meta. But if we want to talk about Flashpoint's draft, comfort and maybe what you expect from this squad.
Honestly, I think comfort comes through the most. You get Skeppy on Vivian, something that he is very used to playing. We had mentioned it once, but I think worth mentioning again. Prosper Logic and Victor, there's literally no better combo in Paladins when it comes down to, well, maybe there is, but when it came down to console Paladins, that was your #1. And the reason I have to put that caveat on there is that, you know, you get Fisheko and Eevee, Freeze God and Eevee, but Flashpoint, I'll agree with what you said when we came into this. This is a really well-rounded, very comfortable draft for them. But Fisheko's on Bomb King, on Stone Keep, and that's a winning formula in and of itself. That is incredibly deadly. I don't know how they're going to deal with him as easily as you would think. Furia should theoretically be able to get a stun, set up Skeppy to go back in and kill him.
Yeah.
But between the Bomb King and the Zen, there's a lot of aggression for D69 to get in there, and there's not a lot to retaliate.
Alex has gone right into a little bit of morale boost. Those spikes are going to be up early and often for him. This is right where you want to be if you're Fisheko, just high in the sky artillery barrage down into this church side, and Flashpoint are going to try to break through kind of out of the back door, but Grunty now controlling the area. 3 members, so many low health bars for Flashpoint right now, and Alex is going to round the corner, finds the first blood in this one. Trensic looks to answer back, he's able to do so. That's 2 for 2 for either side. Nobody on the point just yet. Gara maybe thinking about dropping down, but you got a Vivian firing away at your backside. Grunty's able to get the kill, trades out his life. Gore, surprisingly even through the first few minutes.
And yeah, just blow for blow, punch for punch, and at the end of the day, keeping it really low on the percentage on both sides when they come through. Not a lot of area, especially if Fisheko can control the high ground like that, for this Inara to feel comfortable on the objective. And Barrack just got melted the minute he showed his face.
This is Prosper looking for just some space and a little bit of poke damage. Doesn't find too much. That's, you don't think of Victor maybe as a varsity champion, but you get hit with a grenade and a few headshots. Suddenly Ying is 1 tap away. Gara's able to escape with his life. 87% now, 90 for D69 on the first point. That's very low health on Good Lad. Looking to stay alive. Illusory Rift for Gara is available. Maybe going to try to use it this time. Not yet. Alex finds the kill onto Skeppy with a double onto Trensic. Suddenly Good Lad's out on an island on his own. I think this one is all she wrote. 1 member left, and it's all the way back in base. That's the overtime expiring in D69. They finish this one on top.
That was a 2-fold punch at the end from D69. You get the Illusory Rift, so hey, here's a huge dump of healing for this team fight to go back in your favor. The only button in the game that really matches that is the Inflame on the Fear on the other side, which didn't have the ult available or didn't feel comfortable using it in that circumstance. But you also had Cruncy use the Assert Dominance, go up, down, to, again, create more of a zone, make sure no one can come back and touch that point, as they get this payload moving. And they get the right amount of kills at the right time to not only close it out, but then start themselves off somewhere.
This is kind of an unchecked Bomb King, especially with Fisheko piloting it. You're not happy about it. He's able to get the 1 kill on the Vivian, but Skeppy's going to be back and respawning very shortly here, so not all is lost on that front. But payload kind of under that first choke point now. Prosper Logic, he's not happy to be over there, sandwiched between all members of D69. Now with 33 seconds left. Alex looking for some. That's an overpower used, overpower connected, but Trensic doesn't find anything for that one. Gara cleans up the kill. And this is where, if you're Fisheko, you're just setting a trap up on the high ground as the payload inches forward.
And I mean, look how easily he's hitting these long-range bombs. There's just not enough burst damage to deal with him on that side. And Bomb King is nothing but burst damage. If you can hit him at that range, it doesn't matter. And look how close this payload is now. They still haven't committed any big ults to try and close this gap.
Prosper, you may have to use the barrage. Seismic Crash, that locks up 2. Well played there from Goodlad. Sets up a double kill from Skeppy. Fasheko takes that as his exit cue. See, Poppy bombs himself backwards. Prosper, you got to be careful up there. You're looking for a sneaky kill onto Gera. It's not going to happen this time. He backs up to join the rest of his team. But Gore, I mean, that's supporting the storm here with 40 seconds left and about an inch to go on this payload.
So let's do a checklist. We used 4 ults.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can mark signals off. They're just damage amp. You use 3 ults as Flashpoint, 0 ults as D69. You're gonna need a lot more like that though. That's 3 clean kills.
Alex is able to grab the spite, but 3 members, as you point out, down from District 69 here. Prosper Logic, you expect him to win this duel against a Bomb King, especially from this range. Grenade, that's good. Good lad as well. So now there's not 40 seconds left, still 10. One last chance maybe from D69 to break in, and you've got to dislodge Prosper from this high ground.
They've been able to charge back their ultimate, specifically In Flame is going to be coming back up. We'll have to see what they can do.
Alex.
Overtime is at least going to get a touch here. That is a melted bear.
Grenade, no good this time from Prosper Logic. That's an asserted dominance. Well done up there. It got reset, and finally Crunty makes his way down. Knockoff, not good enough. Storm Avatar using some of that mobility to stay alive. Bunker, he's around the payload this entire time. 2 kills from the barrack, 3 kills total. Pushes that one in. Storm Avatar, you're 3-0-8.
I'm taking
the points are on D69 side.
Definitely well played, I think, from Flashpoint. There were a couple of moments where it was a little murky in the water, like, is it worthwhile what you just did?
Sure.
You invest 4 ults while they are 1 inch away with a minute left. Is it worthwhile? At the end of the day, you can look at it and say no because of the way the score went.
Right.
But I think that defense actually went really well. It was just not having anything able to use for the next defense, and then the third one after that. They just had too much coming at them. D69 using their time very appropriately. The one thing I haven't seen yet is a King Bomb. Assert dominance off the board is really nice, but you've got an Illusory Rift, which is a point winner, and you've got a Bomb King ult coming through as well as the Dome Shield that will absolutely set yourself up for a lot of control around this objective.
Yeah, Flashpoint in an okay spot ultimate-wise. Maybe a question whether they should have used it before. In Flame, first use here. That's the King Bomb rolling on through from Fasheko. Caught on the ledge just a little bit. Gonna make his way in, grabs the stun, but that's about it as Skeppy trades out 1. Bonker still with the Dome Shield, backpedals himself, dodges out that beam. Alex has to regress back behind, but Goodlad calls him on that one. Bunker melted down by this Victor. Flashpoint, that's an Inflame. That's the power of that Inflame. Right back in control at this point.
And this is a comeback mechanic. 4% every tick right now for Flashpoint as long as they sit here and control the zone. Sheko going up on the side. They still have the Dome Shield. They still have the Spike.
Power good.
But they don't have a support right now, and that is going to hurt D69 pretty profusely.
Much of the conversation around Khan is sort of where he stands. If you got a kind of an insta-gib like that, if the rest of your team turns and pays attention, you're happy about it. Alex trades out 1 ultimate for 1 kill, but 1 death as well on top of it, and 1 point now for Flashpoint.
I take back what I said about Sentinels earlier. I'm going to still count them as an ult because, yes, it's just damage amp, but it's some nutty damage
It's in your ultimate slot, right?
It is your ultimate slot. It's just...
if we want to get nitpicky.
Because she charges it up. It is the only ult that functions this way, when you charge it up while you still have it out.
Yeah.
56%. These Sentinels could get wiped. She's still at 61%. She's still going to be able to use them pretty quickly. And with the way Skeppy's playing right now, he's going to hit 100. They can kill him, kill off the Sentinels, and he just pops them right back into this fight. It's too much damage directly to deal with. And this is the weird one. She's doing both Haven and Blast Shields. Like, she has some blast damage and some direct damage here. You're going to have to find a lot if you're D69 to deal with this, specifically Vivian. Once she's gone, I think it actually gets so much easier, but those Sentinels are just tearing through.
She's down to 1. Crunty was able to help out and get some splash damage onto the Sentinels, and at least 1 left now, but back to 100%, so the moment the last one goes down, he's just going to reuse them. And there you go, right back up to 2 as Skeppy on those Sentinels. Still a good defense, though, from D69 here as the payload moves in just a little bit. Some low health bars, but just as Prosper Logic made this high ground his home, this is where you expect the Sheko to do some damage.
Absolutely. It's a very easy spot to hold on to, as you can see him right there. You need something big and maybe bursty to break through it, which is what he was able to do against Flashpoint. but not something Flashpoint have to maybe do against him.
Yep.
And this is the stereotypical choke, right, for Stone Team. You're going to get to this archway, and then you're going to get knocked back because it's a wide open courtyard to the base on the other side for D69. They have high ground immediately. They've got everything they want to control, but you have something they don't. Well, not anymore. You had the Inflame, and that is that moment in the right position that breaks through. Flashpoint committed it. They do still have time to try and charge it back as much as they can. But not having that available to break this down, I don't know if you're comfortable committing any more ults.
They used the Illusory Rift, D69 did as well, so maybe slowing down that fight just a little bit extra. He's going to get tossed backwards, stunned up, Skeppy cleans him up. Contested with 10 seconds left, still very much in range of where Flashpoint could realistically convert this one on through, especially with a 4 versus 3 advantage, but the reinforcements a little bit closer from D69 with the spawn being at their back here. Bonker is going to move himself in, a couple plug shots into Prosper Logic. Now Good Lad is shepherding that cart on forward. Pacheco gets aggressive. That's a Poppy Bomb that puts him right in the face of Prosper Logic. Down to about half health, but Prosper's getting healed up. Good shots onto Trenzik. Good Lad trades out though, 2 for 1 here. As Flashpoint continue to move themselves in. Dome shield down by Bonker. He is locked up though. Barrage looking for something, but you got Alex on you. He's not able to convert the kill. Skeppy comes to the to the saving grace, excuse me, of Prosper Logic. Gara gets the kill. That's a defense and point number 3. Now set point for D69.
A very impressive push from Flashpoint considering they used no ultimates to try and close that out. I mean, they do drop the barrage, but at the end of the day, that's not going to be one that you're hurting without. You pull the dome shield out from the other side, put a little more pressure onto D69. Unfortunately, the pressure, I think, is maybe building up a little more under Flashpoint. It's not just map point, but it's set point right now. If D69 can get this one, which means you need to be on point, which to me means Trinsic, you cannot afford to miss this overpower. And if you are Storm Avatar, you can't have the Inflame go the way that it did during that last round. It has to find some kills, 2 out of that at least, to make you feel worthwhile, because if it just kind of flutters out, it's not anything.
They're going to use it now. What can they find? That seismic crash down. Pacheco didn't use the cooldown on that King Bomb. There's your 2 kills, Gormizer. How much else can they find? If Storm Avatar goes down, it's actually still somewhat tough. Fronty finds the final shot there. Flashpoint use the Inflame. They're able to get the kill on the enemy healer, and they put themselves on the point with Trenzik still doing battle here up on the high ground.
Ash is vulnerable. Trenzik going to be able to get that grab. That is perfect. Again, you're shutting Pacheco down, and that's what you need to do. Someone's got to help kill this man, though. Luckily, they had the cleanup afterwards.
Maybe that's just the full-blown stagger potentially there. Let's use up as much of this time as we can.
Stop the payload.
Pacheco just now back and respawning. For a moment there, it looks like the fight still goes on, and you're questioning why not get rid of the Bomb King. But I think when he's kind of the last man standing in that range, let's keep him out of contest range. Let's just fully wipe him back, get him back to base. That's another good point fight there from Flashpoint, Gore. Another good Inflame sets them up for success here.
I think a lot of it is also their focus. They use the Inflame early on. They know immediately, hit the gas pedal. And then they're like, all right, now let's get rid of Pacheco. I don't care about anybody else. Get rid of Pacheco, then everyone else falls like dominoes after that. This Bomb King is causing too much trouble. I mean, Spite wasn't used that entire point fight, so Zen, Alex, even though he was able to get around and get a couple kills, didn't mean anything. Pacheco still hasn't used that Bomb King that he came into this round with. So it's been huge for Flashpoint in terms of wins.
Prosper's really starting to show why this Victor is so dangerous to give him.
He's so good.
On an 11 streak now. 5 in a row is the last I heard, so at least 5 of those 11 are just straight up kills for himself. Payload moving in with a minute and a half left. Some ultimates online for either side. 1 ultimate rather online for either side. You got the Barrage and the King Bomb. Very low health on Trenzik there. Gara cleans up that one. I think Flashpoint take that as their cue to back off. We got a minute left. Let's regroup, maybe charge up our ultimates and give it another shot.
See, well, what we're looking at right now, and this is the reason that the defense can be hard, specifically against Bomb King, but the way his bombs arc versus how much of himself he has to show off to get that damage off, it's not a lot. In fact, the only reason he dies there is because he decides to jump down and look for some kills. Skeppy actually in prime position to keep finding more.
Yeah, watch out. This Vivian, we talk about the Victor. Out to Vivian, you got 2 members left with 1 second left on the respawn. No contest from the final 2. We don't want you charging up your ultimates. We got another 0.7, Gore.
No Sentinels online, so that means 4 ults for each team right now.
Lines.
8
Talk
and
about
12,
hit scan
9 and
for
12.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, it is definitely the Prosper Logic and Skeppy show right now. They are the ones doing it. As you would expect, Prosper is just on top of everyone in terms of damage dealt. About 40,000 plus minus 2,000 there, above everybody else.
In 15 seconds.
And it's just clean from them. The range is definitely helping them out. They need to get more aggressive. Cruncy, along with Fish Echo, can get back there, get in their face,
5,
either look for a
4,
stun or just straight up
3,
look for the kills.
2,
But they have to be able to get back there. Fish Echo got held at base so much last round. Wonder if Flashpoint are going to look to do that again.
Some emphasis on blast shields here for Flashpoint, realizing Pacheco's doing so much. Dome shield dropped down by Bonker. They're going to backpedal out of that one. This isn't in flame, but you're already on the back foot once that ultimate starts, so you got to find a way to turn this one around. You lose one, you trade out one. Alex fiddles his way backwards. Spite onto Good Lad. Spite finds the kill. 1 for 1, but Pacheco getting another one onto Prosper Logic. Skeppy's got to carry a little bit more of that weight now. That's a deep assert dominance from Cruncy with Storm Avatar, the most recent to fall.
I mean, you wouldn't have noticed that they lost Gara in that fight if you were looking at how aggressive they still played. They did not care that they didn't have a support. They are still pushed up. Gara now rejoining the team will take his place on the point. Still a barrage available. There's still an overpower available. Flashpoint still have some good pick potential. They're going to have to figure out where they want to use it because it's 81 to 15.
Sure, this could be the set here. Trensic misses the overpower. Doesn't connect rather this time for him. D69, 84% for them. Flashpoint regains control of that area. Pacheco drops down that Grumpy bomb. Gonna find too much. Prosper Logic, that's a big kill onto Alex here. Is that what maybe opens up the floodgates for Flashpoint to be able to regain control? It just might. Good Lad is the only kill that D69 has been able to find here with Bonker under a little bit of duress. They haven't been able to plug away that much damage onto Bonker. Good healing by Gara. Keeps him in this fight. 3 members locked down on this church side. Beautiful barrage, but there's no follow-up this time around. Gara doing his best to top them off. Illusory Rift is going to do some helping as well. Skeppy finally gets the kill onto the Bomb King. Down onto the point. Goes the Barrack one more time with Alex moving himself in. That's 99% Gormiser with Good Lad and this Barrack going toe-to-toe.
There's a second Inflame as well in that fight. They're just trying to stay alive, but Dome Shield's about to come back up. You're about to have King Bomb as well. Big ultimates online. It's 99 to 81 now. Flashpoint are doing a beautiful job of staying alive.
There's that Dome Shield. He drops it down right on the corner of this one. Good Lad has fallen. Now it's Trensic taking up the mantle of tanking duties. Pacheco is going to roll himself through. No more front line. No problem for D69. And they win the EU Finals.
I'm scared of Flashpoint, though. If I'm anybody else in Europe, like, you look at the names on District 69 and look how far Flashpoint pushed them. Granted, set 3-0. Ignore that part. Look at every individual map. Bright Marsh started to snowball out, but at the very beginning, they were holding their own. You look at Splitstone, you look at Stone Keep. They were there the entire time. A couple of small changes. And realistically, it's just playstyle changes that have to come in with how do you deal with D69, how aggressive they're playing. And this is a completely different set we're looking at. We're looking at 5 games.
I agree.
That was awesome.
Well,
I miss Paladins, so I'm just really, really happy. That was
Perfect way to start. It's a 3-0. It's a 3-0, but 2 of them go the full 7 points. Maybe written on the wall for both teams. You expect D69 to come out of the gate swinging and grab themselves wins. No surprise for me that they're the winners of the first EU Finals, but also no surprise written on the walls for Flashpoint. You look at what this roster was able to do during qualifying. I'm not surprised in the slightest that they competed with D69 here today. Bright things, I think, for Flashpoint in the future.
And, I mean, this is more of a testament to D69 than anything. Slash lines in favor of Flashpoint. Damage in favor of Flashpoint. And maybe in flavor. You never know.
That's the flavor of Flashpoint, right?
So much that is going their way, and it just shows how much control D69 had, specifically around the objective. It was really well played, specifically with timing of the ults coming back up when they had used them initially. Everything lined up. It was a really sick 0.7 fight. And that's just the first set, Dave.
EU is going to be so contested, I think.
There's so much.
And that's it for EU today. D69 are able to grab the win in the finals here. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we got Brazil.